or welcome back to another episode of Nebraska Knits. My name is Laura. This is my YouTube channel where I talk about my knitting, crocheting, and any other crafty things that I may be working on. If you are a returning viewer, welcome. Thank you very much for being here. If you are a new viewer, hello, and you are welcome, and thank you for giving me a little bit of your time today. Today is Friday, January 24th. I'm coming to you from south central Nebraska. Everything that I talk about in this video will be linked below in the description in the More section. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry. I have one finished object, some whips to talk about, and we went on a road trip to Denver, and I got to stop at some yarn shops, and I will talk to you about some of those. Okay, so my first finished object are the Oter Pop Disco socks. They're right here. They turned out very nice. The yarn that I used was Always Be Kind yarn from the Stitch Out Loud. Stitch Out Loud was a fundraiser from Gary Knits and Gary Rides. The money that that was used to purchase the yarn went to AIDS. This was a self-striping rainbow yarn. This is how much I had left. This was a self-striping sock yarn, super sock, 75% merino, 25% nylon, 440 yards, 100 grams. Look at my little project note card here. I cast on 64 stitches. The cuff was, I only did 15, knit 2, purl 2. I just really love how these turned out. Finished them on January 19th. That is my only finished object for today. Okay. Let's talk about whips. I am still working on call them Rasta Socks. The pattern is vanilla sock pattern. The yarn is from Turtle Purl, striped turtle toes in the Rasta. It's a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 450 yards, 100 grams. They are in this You So Pretty project bag that I got from Etsy. I started them November 30th. I have gotten this far on them, past the heel. I did do, I believe, the 64 cast on. I don't know how many rounds I did for the leg. I just kind of stopped where this green stripe was. I have two. I'm doing them in tandem. I just really love these. I can't wait to get these done. Okay, that's the Rasta Socks. The next project are these socks. That was a Yarnable vanilla sock pattern. These were the ones that I wanted to make a little bit bigger than the casting on of the 64, so I cast on 72 for these. I have one sock done. They are in this Buffalo Plaid project bag that I got from Cashews and Coconuts on Etsy. This is how much I have done on the second one. Just barely gotten started on the Knit 2 Purl 2 cuff, and I will be doing 20 rounds for the cuff for this one. And this yarn was the Yarnable May 2024 Berry Citrus Bliss. It is a plush sock yarn. 8515 superwash merino nylon, 437 yards, 100 grams. I have this little heart stitch marker. This is where I was last time. So I'll move this to the next one. And the second whip that I'm working on is living in this, I just call it the Skulls bag. I got it on Etsy. Find my note card in here. There it is. This bag is from Willow Pond Dye Works. I got it on Etsy. I started this Musselburgh Hat in October. Gotten a lot done so far. This little snowflake progress keeper is where I was the last episode that I showed it. This yarn is also from that Stitch Out Loud, and it is by Yoriko Oki, Mighty Elf 2 sock yarn. The colorway is called Asphalt. It's an 80% superwash wool, 20% nylon, 100 gram. The needle that I'm using is a Chiagoo Magic Loop US 3. You just knit in the round. It's really mindless knitting. I really like working on these. Okay. That is all of the whips that I have for now. Alright, now I'm going to talk about the road trip to Denver and the yarn shops that I got to stop at and get some really cool yarn. Okay, so the first yarn shop I got to go to was the Longmont yarn shop. It's in downtown Longmont. Really cool little shop. They had lots of yarn. They had spaces for people to come in and sit and do classes, all kinds of things like that. I got some of this black. I want to work on some more Musselburgh hats for the grandkids. I got this gray. I also got this sock yarn. It's Yarn Baby. The colorway is called Confetti. The yarn base is Lilith Sock. 437 yards. Extra fine superwash merino nylon. Really excited to get started on these socks for this. The next shop that we stopped at, I believe, was My Sister Knits, and I'm not sure where this one is located. Let me look that up. Okay, I found it. It's called My Sister Knits. It's located in Fort Collins. We went from Longmont up to Fort Collins on our road trip. This little shop was actually in a back alley. It was crazy, but it was the cutest little shop I have ever been to. If you ever get out to Fort Collins and you like yarn stuff, you need to stop into this shop. The only thing I actually bought were these little stitch markers. I'm excited to use them. But the lady had a basket full of, I'm not sure what to call it, scraps, maybe? Little balls like this. And I took them up there and I asked her, how much do you want for these? She said, where'd you get them? I said, they were in the little box over there, the little basket. And she says, oh, those are just extras I had from knitting socks. You can have those. Yes, she said I could have them. I am so excited. I have looked everywhere for Christmas yarn so I could make me some Christmas socks, and I got some from free for this lady from My Sister Knits. I'm so excited. Too excited. I also got some little white for my little stockings back here because I want to make some red and white ones. Actual Christmas little mini stockings too. That's one of my goals, is to get those made. Christmas mini stockings. Actual Christmas colors. Okay. Then the next shop that I stopped at was the Loopy Ew. It's an awesome little shop too. It wasn't so little. It was pretty big. They had lots of stuff. I could have stayed in there forever. I got this cute little, maybe zipper pull. And I actually got some red so I could make the red and white mini stocking to go back up there. Of course, I love purple. This is Violetta Africana. Super purple. Very cool. I got these purple and gray minis. Makerwool.com. Namaste Fingering Mini Set. Superwash Merino. Purples and gray. And I got this sock yarn set from the Little Squirrel Yarn. Whoops. Get that Little Squirrel Yarn. A Finally Fall Oak Sock. 524 yard, 120 gram, 75% fine superwash merino. Fall socks. That's the plan for that. Okay, then the last shop that we stopped at was called Lamb Spun Fine Fibers and Yarns in Fort Collins, and there was actually a restaurant on the other side. It was about time for lunch when we stopped at this store, and there was a restaurant on the other side. I'm thinking it's called the Back Porch something. I'll have to look that up, and I'll put a little blip it down here below of what it was called. It was so good. It was yummy. Very good. Awesome little store too. And what I got in there was this super sock. Natural 100 gram. That's what it's called. Super sock. Purples, grays, my favorite colors. That was our road trip to Denver, so my husband could look at a side dump trailer. And I actually got to go to yarn shops. There's not very many out here where, well, actually, there's none out here where I live. Okay, some acquisitions. I was getting the Yarnable subscription. This is the color that came for December. It's called Dynamite. I was kind of hoping for some Christmas colors, you know, for December, but got this instead. So, I was a little disappointed, and I no longer am subscribing to Yarnable. But I did start a new yarn subscription, and it is from Mountaintop Yarn. I'm going to try them out. This is the January colorway. There's not a name for it. These are small batched, hand-painted yarn. I'll put down here in the description where they're located at. Oh, it does say Snowdrift Select Sock. 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 437 yards. That's it. Got this to make socks with. Or maybe something else. Who knows? Alright, that's all. Thanks for watching.